This is Joshyblogz. I'm really struggling with this game. It's like, it's killing me. This game is killing me. Wait, was I supposed to call somebody? I was. Alright. I'll just save again. I gotta be careful. If I save on the wrong spot, I'll load my overload my main game. All right, so here we go. That was a experiment, that other save. But now we're back where we started in the story. We've talked to everybody except Ju Young. We do all the Ju Young conversations. It's gonna be exhausting. I'm gonna be sad. Let's do it. So Ju Young, from fan to hater, S.Sung Young seems emotionally invested. Oh, I should make the phone call. Who should I call? Did I already call somebody? It's fine, huh? Oh, I guess I did make the phone call already. Alright, so in that case, let's do the Ju Young conversations. S.Sung Young seems emotionally invested with Do Yoon and Ju Young. They might be a fan of at least one of them. Alright, so what do you think, Ju Young? A grumbling former fan of Beloved or Masquerade, huh? Most of my fans turned against me. Same here. Virtually all fans turned against me after I made it to the final. The two of them let out sighs while staring at each other. I'm having mixed feelings. Were we even that popular? You were. And to think that S.Sung Young could be one of the former fans. I'm suddenly depressed. What about you? I don't have a clue either. Considering their provoking tone, they're not middle-aged. They masked their IP and tried to do some doxing. They even stole a photo from the cloud drive. I think you are right about their age. Ju Young looked down at her watch grimly. S.Sung Young is very wicked. They know their remarks are provoking a certain level of enthusiasm from the public. Immersed in their own game, they've lost the chance to exit without trouble. And we're trying to take advantage of the situation to get rid of S.Sung Young. We should be able to narrow down the suspect pool if we keep talking. It could have been a lucky guess. It's a problem if it wasn't. Because that means they acquired the information before the announcement. We provided the information to the B-Stars personnel only. Do you think they immediately relayed the news to the rescue team? With that, Ju Young let out a sigh. There's no way of knowing it from here. I'm trying to speculate based on the circumstances and possibilities. We don't know if truth awaits us at the end of it. But it should be better than just sitting here all frustrated. An incident where someone gets neglected unfairly. Everyone here was busy tending to themselves. Right, and things progressed very rapidly. On the other hand, I can't help but wonder why. Ju Young quietly shook her head. Do Yoon suddenly opened his mouth at Ju Young. Everyone accepts the reason differently. Ju Young fell silently at Do Yoon's remarks. That's true. Was I being selfish? No. I've also been through a lot and have done many things. The reason was different each time. It just crossed my mind. I'll take what you said and think. At first I thought we were just receiving many complaints. I really like the music. But as time went on, things got more and more serious and intense. The show announced that the youngest staff member was responsible for the accident. They chose a clear target. Things were heating up around the show. Ju-young tapped her watch. I found out later and became afraid of Fader. Were you okay before that? When I was in Beloved, Fader wasn't that popular. I tried to avoid crowded places when I was not working. Ju-young stopped rubbing her wrist and lowered it slowly. Anyways, I said something when the accident broke out. We were all surprised. But I should have tried to understand the context before saying something. The context, I said context. The situation was already bad enough. The company has been warning us for some time. They probably advised against posting things about the company because it would make everyone suffer. Make everyone suffer? That sounds quite bothersome. There were more Fader accidents this season compared to the past seasons. The show was gaining popularity and they had to be more cautious. Ju-young gently cleared her throat. Suppose someone revealed their identity as a B-Stars worker or contested and trolled around like S-young does. The show would ultimately have to deal with any trouble eventually. But the person who caused the trouble would also be held responsible. That would really make everyone suffer. It kind of makes sense, but the warning message itself was too intimidating. They should have drawn a line or something. It's like they were forcing us to stop using Fader altogether. Okay, I haven't been reading these, but I should read these before I start the conversations, because if I don't read these, it's not really clear what they're talking about. So we're talking about the official account manager. The official B-Stars account manager was a big fan of Beloved. What do you think about that, Ju-young? I was embarrassed at the time. He often used the official account to indicate he was a fan of Beloved. It was controversial among the Fader users. That's only natural since this is an audition show. But then I couldn't step forward and ask him to stop. Her gaze dropped to the floor. Ju-young put her hands together and raised her head again. In the end, I had to go see him myself, but then... He didn't listen to you? He thought I was just being modest or thankful. Maybe I didn't make myself clear because I was feeling embarrassed. I didn't think he was doing that for me or Beloved. He just seemed obsessed with his role. Oh, damn it. I forgot to read this one. But this is about the new part-timers. They all quit when school started again. I never realized when the place was packed. It takes that many people to support the show. Feels new, huh? I didn't realize it either when I was in Beloved. I guess I only focused on myself while performing on stage. I wasn't much different. It was my first time working with so many staff members. Alright, we're connecting. I guess we both lacked experience and self-discipline. Ju-young's weak smile suddenly faded. But to imagine S-young would have been standing among those people, it kind of gives me chills. People tend to create a group chat room even for one-off meetings, right? I guess so. Yes, there are several chat rooms for posting notifications, making contacts, and just for making small talk. I used to be in all kinds of chat rooms, although I'm out of all of them now. Even the chat rooms to talk about university life is still there. It must have been quiet. People seldom made comments. Maybe only a few did once in a while. Other than that, the chat was virtually inactive. Ju-young continued while tidying her hair. Still, not all of them leave the rooms though. I leave right away if I have no further business there. Yeah, some of them are like that. Everyone has a different style. Oh, I'm so tired. We're almost done. Do-yoon, you don't have a Fader account, do you? Of course I do. I created an account when I made it to the finals. No, so that means you only have the official account created for each contestant. Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. It bothers me because I have to keep looking at it. Like right now, Ji-young shook her wrist with a bitter look on her face. Alright, we're getting along great. So you know what it feels like, having to constantly refresh the Fader page. Actually, the vocalist in my band was passionate about Fader. He also managed our band account. He was just doing his job in the beginning, but he got hooked on it later. Yeah, as long as you don't overdo it. Ji-young stopped talking and looked down at her watch. Sung-young will have to take responsibility for overdoing it. New hires were given tasks such as managing the website or posting social media content. Although I call it petty work, none of it is actually negligible. The show tried to assign excessive work to the inexperienced staff, and it caused problems. They used to have enough manpower. They should have thought about everything though when they hired short-term workers. 3 or 4 staff members had to handle the work of 10 people. But when an accident happens, the lowest level employee has to take the fall. Same with the profile accident. Everyone knew what really went on. It only goes to show how the company treats its employees. Ji-young nodded firmly. Ever since the number of applicants for open positions has dwindled, who would want to be treated as a disposable worker? Deserters. Except student part-timers, the only staff members who left B-Stars were the staff member who quit before the finals and the member who got fired after the profile accident. He was able to avoid this collapse accident because he had quit already. How ironic is that? There would be no end to it if you look at it that way. Yeah, I'm just frustrated. Ji-young raised her head and looked up at the ceiling on the other side. But I have no regrets about being in the top 5. What about you, Do-yoon? Are you happy with where you stand after overcoming such a mess? Oh, was the question inappropriate? Ji-young lightly patted Do-yoon on his shoulder. I asked because you said there would be no end to it. Don't let it bother you. I almost lost it after making an unnecessary remark. That bad, huh? Don't worry, we'll get out of here. Alright. I finally did it. Let's quick save this mess and try to move a little bit forward. God, these parts are so boring. I hate it. Maybe I should stop doing all the conversations. I'll just do it on a separate slot and not do every conversation. Because doing every conversation is killing me. And also doing this one where I start from the beginning, the skipping is killing me. So I'm just going to start doing the main conversations. See how I feel about that. So I'm going to save this on a different slot. On slot number 3, I guess. And now I can just yeah, I think I just saved twice on the same slot, but whatever. Now I can just move forward and do it my own way. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'm kind of relieved to have made this decision to stop doing every single conversation with every person because it's fucking killing me. Let's move on, and I will see y'all in the next video where we will push forward. Leave now, move on. Let's see a little bit of what's to come. Wow. My sanity worsened and my report worsened or stayed unchanged. That was a pretty bad run. Auto save checkpoint. He had finally compiled the list of the staff who could be S. Sung-young.
프로필 사건 때 잘린 막내 스텝, 그리고 공식 계정 관리 스텝.
얘기하다 보니 그렇게 남았네.
Oh shit. It's going down.
엄한 사람 찍으면 역풍 맞을지도 몰라요.
True. True.